All right, so if you're here, hello. Hey, Irish, getting ready to scam bait. This is a different kind of scam bait that I've never really done before. I mean, I've done many of them, but not publicly, so this is a new thing. It's a job scammer. I have 3 of them. So as soon as everybody's in about 10 minutes or maybe less, we'll begin. I'm going to introduce the job scam email, and then we'll begin discussing the job with the scammer through a chat system. So it's going to be a lot of things to learn today. Shows how cold and calculating these scammers are. Hey Joey, how you doing? I'm going to capture the notepad window so you can see what I'm dealing with. Alright, so what you have in front of you right here is a job scam. Alright, so this is what it said. It says, "Dear applicant, thank you for your interest in the remote data entry customer service position at Behavior Interactive Inc. After reviewing your application, we are pleased to inform you that we would like to proceed with an interview. Below are the instructions to schedule your interview and some details about the role. Compensation, $35.90 an hour. Interview setup instructions, install Signal and search for Diane Foster." Okay, so what makes these types of scams really bad is they lure people into the belief that they've got a job. So here I have the Signal app installed. I told Diane that I had to go to a doctor's appointment and I would return around 11 a.m. It's currently 10:50 a.m. So let me describe a little bit about what the job scams do and why they're bad. I'm going to test my microphone real quick. Testing, yeah. So my microphone's a little echoey, but there's not much else I can do about it. So job scams typically will take place in a chat-only environment. They don't call you. They don't do a video interview. They simply interview you through a chat system like Signal, WhatsApp, or even Teams, Microsoft Teams. Some of them do the interview through text messages, SMS. But the way that scam goes is they do this fake interview with you through text, and then they'll step away for 5 to 10 minutes and then come back and announce that you've got hired and that they're going to send you a check to purchase the equipment you need to do the job. Well, it turns out the check they send is a fake check, and they want you to mobile deposit it and then wire the money to a bank to get your equipment. So what I do is I do a fake mobile deposit. I get the bank info. I then report that bank to the FBI. I tell the scammer that I couldn't wire the money because the bank account was suspended. So they give me a second bank and I report that to the FBI. After that, while I'm waiting to talk to the scammer for the final time, I assemble a fake Amazon order for the amount of the check, and then I send them a screenshot and I tell them, "Thank you for the free money, bye-bye." And that's the end of the scam bait. It can take 1 to 3 days to scam bait them, because it takes a couple of days for the check to arrive. Now, I always specify they have to overnight the check in FedEx. That way they're spending as much as they have to in order to do their part. So I want to waste as much money I can off of the scammer. So that's how it goes. As you can see on the screen, I have a Diane Foster, and she's waiting for me to say that I'm back home again from the doctor's appointment. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to say, "Hello, Diane. I am back home and ready for the interview." Okay. That's how you deal with these scammers. It's in a chat environment. And it's a seriously bad scam because they get your hopes up into thinking you got a job, and it turns out to be fake, and they send you a fake check. And when I talked to the banks, I found out a person can get into legal trouble if they try to deposit those fake checks. Because sometimes the checks are stolen from the actual employer. So if I don't hear anything from them, I say, "Hello, are you there?" Anyways, I have 3 of those scammers to deal with today. Okay, now she's typing. I'm going to stretch the window out. Let me scale it a little bit so you can see everything. Thank you for your introduction. We are currently preparing to open several branches near your location. We're looking to hire 16 remote members who will begin working from home. Once the new branches are fully operational, you'll have the option to either continue working remotely or transition to working from the office. It's a fully remote position with flexible working hours. You're free to work from any location of your choice, provided you meet the required number of hours. Training pay rate $35.90 an hour during regular work, $28.75 an hour during training. Payment frequency biweekly via direct deposit, 40 hours a week. Would you be interested into proceeding? Yes, I am very interested. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. So what you're about to witness is a fake interview by a scammer that will ultimately end up with them overnighting a check to me to buy equipment. And the check they send is fraudulent. Well, do you guys have any questions? I'm eating little miniature Hershey candy bars, by the way. And I have my Gatorade. Okay, now they're typing. Okay, work schedule and responsibilities. You may choose to work traditional hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., or create a flexible schedule. You'll be assigned a remote supervisor who will guide you to daily tasks. Office tools and accounting software to manage. Your work will involve using Microsoft Office tools and accounting software to manage and organize your data. You will send complete work via email. You will receive 1 week of online training and will provide all the necessary equipment and materials to help you succeed. employee benefits 30 days after employment, health, dental, vision, AD&D, employee wellness program. Key responsibilities: track, compile, and verify data for accuracy. Prepare source documents to resolve discrepancies. Perform data entry, record keeping, invoicing, and payroll logging. Maintain digital records and communicate professionally via email. Are you confident in your ability to handle these responsibilities, provided the proper training? Yes, I am used to this kind of work, having worked in professional offices for almost 35 years. So, yeah, in a way, Steve, I mean, I'm still a ways away from the traditional scam baiting that I'll be doing, but at least I can do this type of scam baiting. As it is, right now, job scams are a hot topic. I mean, in the past 2 months, I have been contacted by over 30 job scammers. Interview questions. Are you currently employed? Are you available for a flexible work schedule? What should we consider you for this position? Would you prefer weekly or bi-weekly? Direct deposit or wire transfer? What bank do you operate with, to see if it tallies with the accompanying paying system? When are you available to start? So I'm going to tell them currently unemployed, living off of EBT and SNAP, food stamps. Yes, I am flexible. I will work any hours needed. Why should we consider this for this position? I am a very sharp office worker, having filed and done data entry for many companies over the years. Do you prefer direct deposit? Do you prefer weekly or bi-weekly? I prefer weekly pay as excuse me, direct deposit to my Cyprus Credit Union Bank. I am available to start ASAP. So this is a job scammer if you just showed up. This is a fake job I'm being interviewed for in the Signal app. I've done dozens of them. They ultimately will overnight a fake check, and what I do is I pretend to deposit the check with a fake screenshot, and then I report the banks they give me to wire the money to the FBI. I generally score 2 banks out of each scammer. So by reporting the banks, it's possible that I'm saving victims by getting their money back. Hard to tell. Based on your responses and performance during this interview session, congratulations. You have successfully qualified for our weekly training program and are now officially offered this position. Welcome aboard. I look forward to seeing your commitment, charisma, and productivity as part of a team. Right on. Thanks so much. I'm so excited to be a part of this. Yes, Diane. I'm eating candy bars, if you was wondering. I made some delicious carne asada tacos last night. They were good. I used tri-tip, thinly sliced tri-tip steak for the meat. We had locally grown and created salsa and pico de gallo and fresh cilantro. It was good. And I even had them for breakfast this morning. So, tacos, carne asada. Okay, so here's a breakdown of the equipment that I'm going to need. Since this is a remote position, the following equipment and software would be required to perform your duties. All-in-one device, fax scanner, copier, printer, Zebra, barcode printer and cards, 4-drawer filing cabinet, office desk, Apple 2024 MacBook Pro laptop with M4 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, built for Apple Intelligence, 14.2-inch liquid Retina XDR display, 24 gigabytes of unified memory, 512 gigabytes solid-state drive. I'm going to complain about that, watch. Storage space, Z1DS0005P. This is where it gets funny. Accounting software, Peachtree Complete accounting software. CYM IV for Windows. MYOB Business Essentials. QuickBooks Pro. Multiple accounting systems. That's the big red flag right there. They have you. I'm going to be using 2 different accounting system software. Time tracker. That's another lazy term they use. Office 365 for business. Sage. Yet a third. And a fourth. 4 accounting packages. AccuMail frameworks. Canvas, CaptureX, DataScan by Neoptech, Email Lead, Grabber by eGrabber, Unibase by DMAC. Yes, I have used all 4 accounting packages extensively all over the years, but not from a single employer. Why are there 4? Also, it only has a 512 gigabyte SSD. That's tiny. My Mac at home, my MacBook at home has a 4 terabyte SSD. So I always pick on them with stuff like that. Yeah, that's basically the nuts and bolts these are to these scams. I have 3 of them that I got this morning. This is the first one. I figure I'd dedicate a couple hours to baiting these scammers. She's going to send me a fraudulent check to buy this equipment that I just showed you. So they don't send the equipment to you. You have to pay. You have to get a check. Note, to facilitate a flexible and efficient working experience, those are the working materials you are needing for this position. You would be as well be trained effectively on these. The company would provide you with the startup paycheck for the purchase of these materials. It's a fake check. Note, the check is exclusively for purchasing the specific work tools which will become your personal property after 3 months of employment with the company and will not be deducted from your future wages. I don't have to pay for the equipment. And after 3 months, I own the equipment. You'll be making the purchase of all your working materials from a company's authorized vendor we have been using for years now. Is this clear? Yes, abundantly clear. I completely understand. This is exciting. Okay, so I got to give them an address, so I'm going to take this off screen temporarily while I do it. So they asked me for my mailing address to send the check. I'm going to demand that it be sent through FedEx only. Okay, so it's to be this name. And my phone number. Also, please make sure the check is sent via FedEx overnight. They are doing construction in our area, so mail delivery is delayed by 2+ weeks. Please send it FedEx overnight. So I do that because I want them to spend as much as possible. And oh, hold on, I got a stuck. I have a stuck button. Dang it. Okay, fixed. All right, now I can show you the screen. I had to get the address off, so sorry about that. I was saying that I cannot get regular mail. It has a 2-week delay. So FedEx overnight is the best way to get the check to me. Well, I do that in an effort to get them to spend as much as they have to be able to send the check. Hey, Instinct Rolls, how you doing? And then I would say, will that be okay? You bet, Steve. Waiting for Diane to reply. I'm also going to ask, do I need to fill out any tax forms soon? She doesn't. Now she's replying. Okay, that's fine. So she's going to overnight the check, FedEx to me. And then once she's done, we'll move on to the next job scammer. So what I do to them, folks, is I fake the deposit, and then I make them think I've ordered a bunch of Amazon equipment. No, all forms will come alongside with your working materials. Okay, that's fine. I understand. Once I get the check, I pretend to deposit it using a fake mobile deposit screenshot. And then I tell them at first that the bank, well, they see the deposit, and then they give me a bank to wire the money to. If they give me a foreign bank, I go ahead and report it, but then I give them my explanation that my wife and I have a marriage agreement. It can only go to U.S.-based business banks. That way they give me U.S.-based banks. The first time I try to wire it, it's suspended, so I get a second bank from them. Both banks get reported to the FBI, and hopefully victims are being rescued. It's hard to tell if they're giving me the bank accounts of an actual Hawala address. It's likely they aren't. It could be another job victim that they're giving me, or it could be a 100% corrupt individual lending themselves out to be a money mule by sharing their banking info. After I do that, I say the second attempt at wiring it failed. I then send them a screenshot of a fake Amazon order, and I tell them, thank you for the money. Note, the check could be delivered to you either tomorrow, Friday, just to keep you informed. Your information would be successful, updated soon. Once again, welcome to the team. Your W-4 form and other supporting documents will be coming along with your working materials. Please report online here tomorrow at 9 a.m. for updates regarding the materials. Does that sound good? Yes. I will report promptly at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern time zone. It could be 9 a.m. Pacific. Is it 9 a.m. Eastern? I live in the mountain time zone. It's 11:15 a.m. here right now. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll message you here at 9 o'clock a.m. tomorrow morning. This is so cool. So cool, Diane. I am so happy to have this opportunity. I will do my best. I promise. So once we're done with her, we're going to go on to the second scammer. It's a similar scam. It's data entry, and I think it's $30. And it's also in Signal as well. What's interesting, folks, is these jobs came from the job site Indeed. Great. Have a great day. We'll continue our conversation tomorrow. Looking forward to positive steps ahead. So I'm going to send her a smiley face. And that's it. That's that scammer. So the next one we're gonna contact. This one is called. I'm gonna do this one. It's called Weeze Labs. WEEZLABS. So let me get that email and I'll show you what the email looked like. From Indeed. It was called Customer Support Specialist at Weeze Labs. The job has been removed from Indeed, by the way. I got an email from the Tech Info group about this Weeze Labs. So I'm going to paste it here and then I'll show it to you. Here it is. Hi Raymond, Thank you for submitting your application for the position of Data Entry Specialist remote at the Wheeze Labs. We appreciate your interest in this opportunity and are pleased to have the chance to review your qualifications. We are pleased to inform you that the position offers an hourly rate of $30. Additionally, we provide a comprehensive benefits package including health, dental, and vision insurance, life insurance, wellness programs, a 401k plan, employee stock purchase options, paid time off, and holidays. The interview will be conducted via the Signal application. Please follow the steps to prepare. It then steps you through installing Signal. To schedule your interview, please add the hiring manager, Joyce E. Johnson, at this phone number. Username Joyce E68, or adding her phone number. We appreciate your interest in Wheeze Labs and look forward to speaking with you. So I'm going to go back to the Signal app. I'm going to find my phone number. There it is. Hello, my name is Raymond, and I was told to contact you for a remote position for Wheeze Labs. So there it is, and we'll see what they do. And the person's name should be Joyce E. Johnson. So I'm going to say, is this Joyce E. Johnson? $30 an hour for data entry. That's pretty good. That's excellent pay. Yeah, no kidding, Caesar. So if they don't reply in 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and send a similar hello to a third scammer that got a hold of me today. And we'll just go with the first one that replies. Sometimes I've had them take sometimes 2 hours before they reply. So if they don't pop in and by 11:25, we'll move on to the third scammer. Pretty crazy, huh? And think about it, how much more, oh, did my camera get turned off? About how much more frustrating this would be to a person who's trying to get a job to come across this type of fake job opportunity only to be crushed when they realize it's a fake job. I mean, there are people out there that have been spending months, if not years, trying to get a job. And to have this come across your lap, and unless you know it's a scam, this could ruin your day. You could literally, and if you fall for it, if you take that check and you actually do a mobile deposit and then wire the money. So let's say they send you a $10,000 check and they ask you to wire $8,000 of it. Well, that check's going to bounce, so you're out $8,000 if you wire that money. For some reason, banks allow you to do mobile deposits, and they'll give you immediate credit for that check. And then the scammer will have you wire that money, and then the next day, the check bounces, and you're out that money. That's the scam. What I do instead is I pretend to deposit it, and then they give me the bank account to wire the money to, and I report it to the FBI. But then I tell them at first that the bank account is suspended, and they give me a second bank account, and I report that as well. And then I give up, and I give them a fake Amazon order and say, "Thank you for the free money." Pisses them off. The other week ago, I had a scammer. I pretended to deposit it, but instead of doing the fake Amazon order, I tell them I tried to send the money, but the wire transfer didn't go through, and my bank is telling me that the check you sent me is fraudulent. And the scammer came back to me from another user account and told me that the first person was now in jail for sending me a fake check, and they wanted to send me another check. See? It's crazy. All right, if they don't talk in a minute, we're going to move on to the third scammer. The third scammer is Maimonides Medical Center, Abigail Doherty. So I'm going to pop up that email. Let me look at the, yeah, nothing from Joyce yet. I'm going to go get the medical center. All right, this one. Okay, what it says is, "Hi Raymond, we happily received your application for the remote data entry customer service and administrative role at Maimonides Medical Center, and we are impressed by your experience. It's possible you'd be a great fit for this role. Given that, we'd love to move forward to the next stage of the process and schedule an interview. We offer a competitive hourly rate of $31.95 along with several benefits, including health, life, disability, dental insurance, accidental death and disability, and a flexible paid-off plan and 401k plans. To proceed with the recruitment process, we invite you to read the following instructions carefully. You are required to contact your hiring manager, Miss Abigail Dottie, on Signal Messenger for an interview. You will download the app from the Play Store. We look forward to hearing from you." So I'm going to contact this person. I'm going to hit chat, search my phone number. Hello, is this Abigail? Abigail Buddy? I am contacting you for a work from home job for Maimonides Medical Center. So right now we've sent two messages to two different scammers, one to Joyce Johnson from Wheeze Labs for a data entry position, and Abigail Dottie for a, hello, are you there? I'm going to say, hello, are you there? That's how these scams work. They're some of the more depressing scams out there because they make you think you got a job, but you really don't. It's a fake company. They send you a fraudulent check. If you become a victim, you can be out thousands of dollars. You can even get into legal trouble. So let's say you didn't have that money in your bank and you deposit that bad check. You can be held accountable for that if you spend that money. And that's what they do. They have you wire it. Looks like Joyce just joined. Here's Joyce. Interview session, Wheeze Labs. Hello, how are you doing today? I'm doing great. Excited to learn more about this wonderful opportunity. I tell you, folks, I've been slammed with these. Be careful with PG&E rebate calls. They never call. I get text messages. Yeah, a lot of utility company scammers out there. PG&E is Pacific Gas and Electric, for those who don't know. I got a text message from Massachusetts claiming that I had a speeding ticket. I've never driven a car in Massachusetts. So I replied back, "Oh no, I'm going to go to jail. Come get me." Because the text message said I can go to jail for it. The interview is via IM text. We appreciate your expressed interest in our company. Prior to commencing with the job and briefing and interview, we would like to apologize for any perceptions of unprofessionalism regarding our approach. If you are new to this type of process, please know that we believe it's essential to remain current and adaptable in an ever-changing industry landscape. We are fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Wheeze Lab, Inc. I pulled up their website. They make mobile apps, websites, and databases. Wow, a cutting-edge IT services company. I'm all for this. Tell me more about the job, please. These scammers are like any other scammer, they're scumbags. What's new? A scammer is a scammer. Some are worse than others. My name is Joyce E. Johnson, and as the Senior Hiring Manager of Wheeze Labs, I'm responsible for providing insight into the position in question. May I request that you kindly introduce yourself by your full name and location. Okay, so I'm going to take this off screen while I give away my mailing location. Alright, so I give them a location that they can mail the check, my age, and my telephone number. So once the space is freed up, I'll hold on. My phone is acting up. Yep. Okay, I fixed it. Sorry. Alright, there we go. I advanced a message so I can hide my address and then told them I fixed it. Sometimes my phone acts weird. Lol. Are you there? Yep, we're scambaiting job scammers. Hello? Crazy. Hopefully I didn't scare him away with all those extra characters. But it's still there. You just have to be patient. See if they should. And then I still have the one from, I think this is Wheeze Labs. So the other one was a medical center. Abigail is with the medical center. Joyce is with Wheeze Labs. This is how it's pronounced. Wheeze Labs. So far, I've been pretty sure these scammers are from India. The reason is they use kindly, which is it's actually a British vocal terminology. Kindly. India. Okay, they just saw my message, so they'll be chatting here in a minute. The reason why India talks like the UK is because the UK had control of India for quite a while during the 20th century. As I said, okay, no worries. So we're still on with Joyce. Nice to meet you, Raymond. Wheeze Labs is a technology company specializing in custom software development and digital solutions. Founding in Los Angeles, Wheeze Labs partners with startups and enterprises to design and build innovative mobile apps, web platforms, and e-commerce solutions. They're using AI or copying and pasting. With a focus on user experience and cutting-edge technology, Wheeze Labs helps clients bring digital ideas to life, from a concept to launch and growth. As a result, we're seeking to hire 16 individuals to work remotely. Following the completion of the new branches in your location, you will have the option of either working in an office. That's almost identical to the other scam. The work hours are flexible, allowing you to work from any location of your choice. The pay is $30 per hour with payments made via direct deposit or paycheck. The maximum weekly work hours are 40. If you're interested, please let me know so we can move forward. I am definitely interested. They said the same thing that the other scammer did, the same language. Basically about getting paid bi-weekly or weekly, and that after a certain amount of time I could work in an office or work from home. Now, what makes these job scams particularly dangerous is they're quite believable. But where it all breaks down is when it comes to getting started. And almost every single one of them, they will send you a check. And once you get the check, you're supposed to deposit it and wire the money to pick up the equipment. Well, the check is a bad check. In fact, when I get the checks, I run my fingers over the printing, and if I can feel it, that tells you that they took a template, maybe stolen from the actual business, and printed it on a laser printer. Also, too, the checks almost always come from a separate company. They never come from the company you're supposed to be working with. I forgot to mention that. So if I'm doing work for Wheeze Labs, I might get a check from a construction company in New Jersey. What they're doing is they're contacting people on the dark web who have stolen checks to produce a check and overnight it for them. I'm almost certain that's how they do it. Now, I've taken those checks, and like I had one check that was written from U.S. Bank. So I went to U.S. Bank and I showed the check to them. And it took them a couple of minutes to figure out that it was fraudulent. But they told me two things. They said the phone number of the company isn't printed on the check, and every check that this company has ever written has their phone number. And two, the signature does not match the actual signature of the check signer. And they showed me an example. They said, for that reason alone, we suspect that this is a fraudulent check. The problem is the company that supposedly wrote the check had the money in their account. If I had proceeded to deposit that check and then wire the money like they instructed, I would have been out $20,000. Okay. Hello? Now, if they don't say anything for a couple minutes, I say hello. Now, what these scammers do is they're using AI to chat with me. So what I can do is use an AI text detection website and copy and paste what they're asking me into an AI detector, and it will give you a score 1 through 100 of the odds of it being an AI. Yeah, it is very sad. There are a lot of people that fall prey to this scam because they don't upfront charge you money. What they do is they send you a fake check, and then you end up owing that money to your own bank. That's what's so scary about it. Okay, here they go. They're going to say something. Great, let's proceed. Benefits package. Right, exactly, Gloria. Health and dental, life and accident and death insurance. Being able to use sick time without having to prove you are sick or presenting a doctor's notes. Employee wellness and 401k plans. Paid time off and holidays with generous company discounts. Relocation allowances for some positions, as well as sign-on bonuses. Working hours are flexible. That's another red flag right there. All the activities and corresponding times will be recorded in an Excel spreadsheet. As for your duties, I will assist you with any difficulties by email. Duties and responsibilities, checking and verifying data, conducting data quality audits, maintaining data integrity, collaborating with other departments, providing insights. Can you handle these duties effectively if trained towards it? Of course. I've been in the office profession for over 35 years. I know this like the back of my hand. The largest check that I've gotten to date for a job scam was $26,500. And they wanted me to wire $22,000 of it. And they wanted me to go to Best Buy and purchase a MacBook. When I told them that the check bounced, that was one I handled a little bit differently. Another scammer contacted me and told me that the first scammer was arrested and was serving a life imprisonment for issuing a fake check. Perfect. The supervisor who would be attached to you online, she would assign logs of duty daily, and you would be required to work according to instructions using the Microsoft Office tools and the accounting software. They all have accounting packages, and it's usually multiple accounting packages, which is retarded. No one uses multiple accounting packages. Very rarely, unless you're an accountant. Now the function of the accounting software is to arrange, formalize, and manage the data you have been processed, sent to your supervisor via email. You will undergo a 1-week training program from your training supervisor. He or she will be training you on how to work with the programs accurately and other data entry works you need to get it done. Your training will be done online on your PC and phone. I'm going to ask you some questions now. Once done with your answer, simply write done. Are you ready? Yes. That's another tactic they use. They want you to write the word done when you're done. Hey, Stickback. We're dealing with job scammers today. Another dead giveaway is if they send you a job offer, look at the sending email address. It will often come from a Gmail account, or it may come from a fake but similar website name. Like I had one come from accountant.com. If you go to accountant.com, you'll see that website is for sale. So one of the other features of the job scammer, is the sheer length of time they do between prompts. That's because they're rigorously routing what they're saying through AI, and they're waiting for AI to print it out. Now they're asking me, have you previously participated in remote work or online employment? I'll say, 1, yes, I used to work for support.com back in 2014, and I loved it. Are you currently engaged in any form of employment? No, I am unemployed, was laid off recently, and I live off of EBT and SNAP food stamps until I get a new job. Please specify the qualifications or skills you possess to make you a valuable asset. I have 33 years of computer and office experience and an excellent track record. Reporting, and this is where the fun part comes in, reporting fraud and criminals to the authorities. I used to work for an insurance company. I love that a lot. 4, do you have a preference for receiving compensation weekly or bi-weekly? I prefer weekly pay. 5, my bank name is Cypress Credit Union. When would you be able to commence employment? 6, I can start immediately. I can start immediately tomorrow, a.m. Notice how I said I have 33 years of computer and office experience and an excellent track record reporting fraud and criminals to the authorities. I used to work for an insurance company and loved that a lot too. So sometimes I'll lead them by telling them that I report fraud, and it just goes over their head. On another occasion, I told them that I liked to abuse baby chickens, and they thought that was permissible. I'm like, really? I told them that I abused baby chickens. I just wanted to see what they would say. And then I've told them about an accident that I got in where the other driver, their head got lopped off and ended up in my front seat. And they said, oh my gosh, that must have been terrifying. And I said, yep. Nothing worse than having a human head land in your car seat. How's Beethoven? Beethoven's doing great. He's resting peacefully in the shade right now. He's a very happy kitty. Every morning I snuggle with him, and every evening I snuggle with him. Awesome. After careful consideration of your responses, resume review, and performance during the interview process. Okay, they're still typing. Slap the daylights out of baby chicks. Yeah, Beethoven and I have our one-on-one pedalrama every evening and every morning. He's such a cool kitty. As we speak, I'm also dealing with over 6 Telegram scammers also. I might open Telegram to I'll show you those scams after we're done with this one. That type of scam is a scam that pays you $1 to $3 for liking YouTube videos. They give you 20 tasks a day, and 15 of the 20 is simply like 2 videos and send them screenshots. The other 5 tasks you have to send anywhere from $30 to $200 in Bitcoin, but they promise you'll get that money back plus a profit. But that's the scam. If you do that, you're gonna lose. The money you send, you'll never recover it. The reason why those scams are particularly dangerous is they actually pay you to train you. So I've gotten anywhere from $10 to $50 to get trained on those scams. And then the next day, when they want me to send money, I tell them that I'm out of money. And that they say, what happened to the $50 we sent you yesterday? And I said, I bought food for my kitty. And I say, thank you for the free money. Bye-bye. I always say that. Thank you for the free money. Bye-bye. I don't know if that means anything to them, but that's an insult when I say that. Thank you for the free money. Bye-bye. Yeah, it's crazy. What's really upsetting me right now is 2 of these 3 scammers I'm dealing with came from Indeed, a job website. I got an email from Indeed encouraging me to do this job. I'll say, what's next? They're scrambling to get their next statement. They're piping this into ChatGPT or some other large language model, AI, and then copying and pasting it back. I've had job scam interviews last an hour or longer. I really have. It gets crazy. It really does. And early on, I was actually fooled into thinking that these were real jobs until they offered the check. That's when I knew it was a scam. So they can be quite convincing up until the point when they send you the check. The other thing that's false, they often will list out ridiculous software, like 3 different accounting packages. They almost always include some kind of time card program like Timekeeper. And quite often they want you to use a MacBook. And it only always has a 512 gigabyte solid state drive, which is small. I noticed that to be a common configuration. But the big red flag is the check that they overnight to you. No employer will hire you and then send you a check to buy the equipment. They've even gone as far as to say that the equipment that you're buying has their company name branded on it, but yet they sent me to Best Buy. So I'm going to go to Best Buy and buy company branded equipment? No, that doesn't work that way. So they don't even read their own scams in some cases. So I said, hello? Yeah, it gets ridiculous. Congratulations, your outstanding performance has earned you a high score, making you eligible for our weekly routine training program. We are pleased to inform you that you've been officially qualified for this position. We are excited to offer you the job opportunity at Wheeze Labs, Inc. Welcome aboard. This is your chance to demonstrate your commitment, charisma, and dedication. We look forward to seeing you thrive as a valuable member of our team. Wow, I am so excited. When do I start? I'm going to go ahead and open up Telegram while we're waiting to show you that other type of scammer. And I'll show it to you once we're done with this scam. These Telegram scammers are pretty bad. I mean, it's a too good to be true type job. Oh, looks like I'm getting Abigail just started. So if you look here, hello, I hope you're having a great day. I understand you're about to begin the job briefing and interview. As we move forward, you'll learn more about the position. Please note that the briefing and interview will be conducted via instant message. Is that all right with you? Yes, Abigail. I am 100% fine chat-based interviews. Now Joyce is saying, congratulations once again. Now I'm talking to 2 different scammers. Below is the list of materials needed for the remote position. MacBook Pro, 15-inch. 512 gigabyte solid state drive, see? Monitor with dual controller and on-screen control. HP LaserJet Pro, all-in-one color laser printer. Software. Office 365 for Business, 0. Intuit QuickBooks, Capture X, Data Scan. Oh, they didn't list multiple accounting packages. Are you familiar with any of these tools? Yes, I am. I even am familiar with Avast antivirus. virus. I used that many times. Many times. So right now we're chatting with Joyce and Abigail. Abigail said, "Hello, I hope you're having a great day. I understand you're about to begin the job briefing and interview. As we move forward, you'll learn more about the position. Please note that the briefing and interview will be conducted via instant messages. Is that all right with you?" Yes, Abigail, I'm 100% fine with chat-based interviews. Please continue. Now we're back to Joyce. Yeah, the scam is they send you a check and they want you to wire money to a person or persons that are participating in the scam. My guess is the bank that you're wiring the money to belongs to a money mule that's involved. I don't think it's a Hawala bank like I'm well known for getting, but it's still reportable. I still report those to the FBI. Yeah, it's same day hire. All from a chat. It's amazing. Hey, Sketty Sandwich. Hey, Van Bockelwurst, how you doing? Okay, Abigail says, "All right, sounds good. Before we move forward, I'd like to get you better. This will help me understand how best to conduct your interview. My name is Abigail Doughty, the hiring manager at Maimonides Medical Center. Please introduce yourself by sharing your full name and address information." So once again, I'm going to hide the Signal apps so that way I don't dox myself. Say yes. Give him my name, my address. I'm 54 years old. Oops. My phone is acting up. Okay. Hold on. All right, now I can show you the screen. What I did is I pushed the text up so that I don't dox myself. Okay, phone. Okay, my phone is fixed. It does that sometimes. Sometimes. Lol. Yeah, a lot of them do go to WhatsApp. What's interesting is WhatsApp is now owned by Facebook. And all I can tell you is I report these scammers all the time, and Facebook doesn't do a damn thing about it. Facebook makes money off of these scammers. So that's why Facebook doesn't take care of it. Same thing with Telegram. Telegram, I've reported dozens of scammers to Telegram, and only one time did they ever do anything. Once we're done with these two scammers, I'm going to show you what's going on in Telegram. It's a different type of scam. It's one where they pay you to like YouTube videos. Now that one, I'm going to do an actual tutorial on YouTube on how to scam bait the YouTube scammers and get money out of them, because I've been able to get money. They pay you to train, and then after you're trained, that's when they scam you out of your money. So to date, I've made about $300 talking to the YouTube scammers.
It's still in the box. Do you have time to take a break for a second?
Talking to two scammers right now. What?
You got a time to take a break for a second? He wants to tell you about apartments.
About what?
Apartments.
Oh. Hold on one second. I'm gonna go quiet for just a second, guys. Just hold on.
Anybody.
Okay, folks. Looks like they're
Oh, that was
it says,
Justin.
says okay, great. You'll be
We did
trained
the
effectively on how to
darker
go
green and the lighter
to
green
about
ceiling.
the working materials. Those
I don't
are the
like
working materials you'll be
Red's
needing
my
for this
favorite color.
Oh, is
position.
it? Oh,
The company
You know
will
why?
provide you with a startup
Oh,
paycheck.
money.
There's the red flag
sure.
for the purchase of these
I bought
materials.
one of these
You'd be
like
making
6
a
years
purchase
ago.
of all your working materials from a certified
Still
vendor
box.
we've been patronizing for
Oh,
years
you
now.
dog. I
That's
still think
exactly
it's,
the same language
there's
that
some,
the other
schnauzer
scammers
for
use.
sale up in Garland.
Okay, it's
For-
awesome.
Wow.
for
Okay.
true- Well, these
I
are
understand.
the true ones that are hunters, got the big nose.
Yeah,
They're on the farm.
When will I see
they're
that check?
hyper dogs though.
Let's see.
You don't want a hyper dog.
Maybe I'll get up. Hey, are you going downstairs to the?
Yeah. I'm just looking. I had a.
I might as well just go ahead and do that with you if it's all right instead of cruising up to Logan's. Yeah, I'll go to Logan. I usually stop somewhere and eat.
Well, I mean, because if we do it all together, then we get the full 30%.
Okay, Abigail says, it's fine. We are fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Please take 5 minutes to review our company's website. Let me know when you're finished. So I'm just going to go to the Maimonides. Maimonides is a health commitment unmatched medical center. It's a hospital called Maimonides. So I'm going to tell her, wow, impressed by the website. This is fantastic. And I asked Joyce, when will I receive the check? So do you have any questions I can answer while we're waiting? Okay, I'm going to share another screen real quick. This will be Telegram. So this is the Telegram scammers. They are work from home, and what they do is they set you up. Like this is task 5 and 6. All you do is click on the YouTube video, you give it a like, and then send them a screenshot. And then click on the next YouTube video, give it a like, take a screenshot, and you start earning money doing that. But down the road, you're going to get a task like this. One where you have to send money, not just simply like a video. There it is here. Task 10, deposit $30 and you'll get a 30% commission and you'll earn $9. So you get $39. You deposit 30, you get back 39. That's how they scam you. So, all right, so you will receive the check this week. How do you want your name to appear on the check? Please provide me with your correct address and phone number, and then the email address for the paperwork. So I'm going to hide the screen again because I don't want to dox myself. I'll tell them send it to this. Oops. Oh, not again. Let me close and reopen. Open. I need to reset my phone. My phone anyway again. Hello. Okay, better. Alright, now I can show you the screen. I told them my phone was okay, Abigail says, all right, sounds good. Please read the following section and please respond with understood once you are finished. You will be working remotely with flexible hours. The hourly wage is $31.95. You'll be paid $24.20 during training. Maximum number of hours you work is 40. This is exactly what Diane Foster scammer was saying. Duties and responsibilities. You will track data and source documents, prepare and receive these documents. You may need to contact responsible parties or clients. Also tasked with using accounting software. You'll be supervised online with daily tasks. You will do a 1-week training period conducted by Zoom. So I'm going to note the company will supply all the materials for your position, and training will begin as you receive your material. Receive those materials. Yes, I understand. Now, so far, Abigail has not mentioned sending me a check. Actually, Telegram is heavily used worldwide, Gloria. It's a very popular messaging app. And it's very secure, believe it or not. Problem is, scammers use it a lot. So today, so far, Abigail hasn't offered to send a check. She does indicate 1-week training. It says the company will supply all materials needed for your position, and training will begin as soon as you receive the materials. Understood. Telegram is big on romance scams also. Yeah, I bet. Now Joyce. Okay, I'm back up. Are you there? There, Joyce? Now Joyce is going to send me a check. I'm going to say, by the way, I cannot accept the check via regular mail. They are doing construction here, and mail has a 2-week plus delay. Can you send the check via FedEx overnight? That's the most reliable way. Mail and UPS has a 2+ week delay. So I always tell them to do FedEx. That way they have to spend as much as they have to. We appreciate sharing your information, which will be recorded and updating your system. We are delighted to officially welcome you to Wheeze Labs. I would appreciate if you could fill out and sign and return the W-4 forms provided to my email address. So I've had them do that. They'll mail a W-4 form to me. All we need from you is good work and trust, and you will enjoy every moment working with us. We're looking forward to your great commitment, dedication, and trust. You have my guarantee. Once I receive those forms, I will promptly fill them out and return them signed. So Abigail says the company will supply all this is Abigail. Abigail hasn't said she was going to send a check yet. The company will supply all necessary materials for the position, including a MacBook laptop. Our benefits package includes health, dental, life, accidental death, and dismemberment, as well as employee wellness programs. You will receive paid time off, sign-on bonuses. You will be eligible for these benefits after 30 days. Are you comfortable with the benefits this company is offering? Yes, indeed. For certain. They are very welcome to me. I'm so excited. Abigail? Actors have shared videos stating they don't use Telegram. Okay, perfect. I will inform you once sent. Okay, we're done with okay, that works. You are needed to report online here tomorrow at 9 a.m. I believe you'll be here. 9 a.m. Mountain time? I'm in the Mountain time zone. So far I have to meet with Diane Foster at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and it looks like Joyce wants me to meet her at 9 a.m. also. 9 a.m. your time works. Thank you for your time today. Do you enjoy the rest of the day? Talk to you tomorrow. Okay, talk to you tomorrow. So while I'm at work tomorrow, I'll probably talk to these scammers to ensure I get the checks so that I can report the banks that they want to wire the money to. Now Abigail's asking, have you previously worked remotely or online? Are you currently employed? Are you open to flexible or extended working hours? How would you define business and ethics in customer relations? In your opinion, how do you manage conflict in the workplace? Are you interested in full or part-time? So I'm going to say, I have worked from home numerous times for both support services and accounting as well as data entry. 2, I can start. I am willing to work any hours, 24/7. I live alone with my cat, so there's no worry. 3, I can start ASAP. 4, business ethics and customer relations. Well, for short, I keep business info confidential, and I treat customers with business empathy, meaning I care about them and view the issue from their point of view. How, in your opinion, how do you manage conflict in the workplace? 5, I manage conflict by agreeing to disagree when needed. I get along with my coworkers and most certainly customers. Are you interested in full or part-time employment? 6, full-time. Do I want weekly or bi-weekly and deposit or a direct deposit or a check? 7, weekly pay via direct deposit to my Cyprus Credit Union Bank. And 8, I am a U.S. citizen able to work for any USA employer. There we go. I had a scammer who said he worked as a manager for Mr. Beast try to scam me. So, and on the social media app Flip, Mark Zuckerberg has subscribed to me 5 times. Okay, here's the tip. This is pretty much a way to determine if they're scammers. They're from America, but they still say, all right, kindly hold on while we review your responses. Okay, I can hold. Now, kindly isn't bad English. It's just a common phrase used by people in the United Kingdom and in India, because India during the 20th century was pretty much controlled by the UK. That's why India calls the trunk of their cars boats. I don't know if in the UK if they call their license plates titles, but in India, Indians call license plates titles. That's why I used to get confused with SSA scammers. They said that I had a car abandoned in Texas and its title was found, and I kept telling them, you don't get the title of your car when you rent one. They weren't referring to the car title, they were referring to the license plate. That was before I understood it. You think it's tags in the UK? Okay. So there are differences between the UK and India, but they do share a lot of terminology like kindly. most Americans don't use the word kindly. They will do it. If you would kindly tell me why you're saying that, that's a common phrase. But they will never say it in passing. Like, kindly pick up the phone or kindly listen to me. Americans don't abuse the word kindly, where they do in India quite a bit. Yeah, and then I've heard people say, I thank you kindly. In America, I've even said, I thank you kindly. But I will never use kindly at the beginning of a sentence. Kindly tell me your name. Or, would you kindly tell me where you're located? See, we don't do that. But they do say that in India. And I wouldn't be surprised if they also say that in the UK. But we don't use kindly like that. We'll say, like the way that Sketty Sandwich put it, or by Sketty Sandwich said, I hear thank you kindly. I thank you kindly. I've even said that. But I never use kindly at the beginning of a sentence. Okay, the only one we're holding out for is Abigail right now. Yeah, ma'am or madam. And I've used ma'am. I've called women ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I understand, ma'am. That's cool. But I don't call them ma'am all the time. And I never call them, okay, lady. I will never say that. That's kind of or okay, woman. No, I don't do that. Yeah, kindly is used in the UK and India. And it's used at the beginning of a sentence or near the beginning of a sentence. That's the tip-off. If they use it at the beginning of the sentence or close to it, they're either from the UK or they're from India. Pretty much. Okay, we're just holding out for Abigail. She's going to finish off. So Abigail to date, let me take a peek. I'm going to turn off signal for a second. Abigail has not, Abigail, she asked for my name and location. All she said was the company will supply all necessary materials for this position. Then she asked them questions. So far, Abigail has not mentioned sending a check yet. Steve Z says he calls this lady friend woman all the time. Yeah, my ex-wife, when I was married to her, I called her woman. I said, hey, woman, what's going on? And she'd say, not much, man. So she would answer me back as man. Of course, I used to say all kinds of crazy things to my wife when I would do things. Honey, I'm going out to check the mail to make sure he still has balls. And you could hear her laughing. I'm going to go check the mail and make sure he has balls. No mail today. And then she goes, you mean he didn't have any balls? And I go, no balls, no mail. Or if I told my wife I needed to shave, I would say, honey, I'm almost ready. I need to shave my head first. And she goes, why are you shaving your head? I go, no, I'm shaving. I got a couple of days worth of beard growth. I need to shave it off. But you said you were going to shave your head. You're shaving your face. And I would say, my face is on my head, sweetie. I'm shaving my head. She goes, whatever. Come on, Abigail, answer. after we're done with Abigail, I'll pretty much be done with the Scambait show. This was mostly to just show how these scammers operate. It's the same thing over and over. Yeah, we did. I had a good marriage. I enjoyed my marriage. I actually miss it. The scammers operate on the same approach. They send you through what seems kind of realistic, but then they throw that inevitable, we'll send you a check. Abigail hasn't done that yet, though. So far, Abigail, on a scale of 1 to 10, likely of being a scammer, she's still in the low 4 because she hasn't offered the check yet. So the big red flag hasn't happened yet. Now watch Abigail turn out to be a real job. Yeah, I got to get the equipment, Stephen. I'm using my friend's computer to do this, and even it's not powerful enough to do the type of scam baiting that I did. I had to sell my equipment because I literally went homeless for a couple of months so that I can qualify for Medicaid. I figured if I didn't have a job, I might as well make it worse by being homeless, and it worked. I got Medicaid and I got my operations. Now I got to rebuild my life and build a computer. Yeah, Eric, she will kindly give me the job, but I'm waiting for her to offer a check. It's a crazy world, folks. Yeah, I'm in really good shape, Stephen. I just had my physical, and I think one of the surprising things I learned is my heart pulse is down in the 80s. My heartbeat, the last time I had it checked, it was 84. This is in contrast to a couple of years ago when my pulse was over 100. So I'm in good shape. And I had a physical. I was told I'm in great shape. I'm not overweight, so that helps. I had a pretty decent surgery to get rid of a hernia about a month and a half ago. And that was different. I was in pain for about 4 days after the surgery. They gave me this stuff called oxycodone, which I can't stand. So I was taking half of a pill. But I got through it, and everything's in good shape. Almost got scammed once. They tried to say you want a phone, and they didn't your info to set it up. Oh, so you gave them fake info? Okay, so I'll just speed up Abigail and say, hello, are you still there? Yeah, the operation itself really wasn't that bad. They admitted me, they knocked me out, and they woke me up. They had it bandaged so I couldn't see it, and they said after 2 days you can remove the bandage. And when I did that, I looked at it and said, wow. But it was real sensitive. I went through 4 days of having to use ice packs and and hot water bottles. The oxycodone made me nauseous, so I only could take half of a pill. And outside of that, after 4 days, the pain went away, and it really wasn't that painful. It was just surface pain. They put stitches in, but they were the kind that dissolved on their own. But it was a successful operation, and I feel real happy with it. Yeah, oxycodone, you can get addicted to it, but I don't think I can be addicted to it because it makes me sick. I've never had any luck with oxy. Hydrocodone, I had that when I had a wisdom tooth pulled back in 2002. And I couldn't take that either. I could only take a fourth of the pill because it's a narcotic and it makes my stomach sick. Okay, she doesn't answer me in 5 minutes. I'm just going to let it go, and it's about time for me to eat some lunch. She hasn't offered a check yet, so it hasn't reared its ugly head exactly yet. But she did mention that I'll be using similar equipment to the other scammers. Tell her to kindly hurry up. I told her, hello, are you still there? So. Kindly hurry up. Okay, I'll give her 5 minutes. Okay, there she is. Okay, after due consideration and answers you provided during the interview session, you scored 86% of 100 and above average on the interview questions. Congratulations. The good news is you've just been confirmed for this position, remote information input clerk, administrative position. You are now offered the job position for a pre-employment session. You are hired. You are welcome to Maimonides Medical Center. You are now given a chance to show your commitment, charisma, diligence, and be a productive employee. Right on. I am so excited to have been given this tremendous opportunity. When do I start? I'm hired. I just got the job. Now she's going to tell me that they're going to send a check. Come on, cough it up. We know that you're going to do the check. Just say it. So what she's doing is a combination of talking to somebody or formulating her response with AI. She's already asked for my personal info, Gloria. I've already sent her my mailing address. But she might ask for it again. I've seen them do that many times. Welcome to the team. Please note that your employment information will be documented in due course. You will begin as soon as your working materials are ready. During your orientation and training, your supervisor will provide you with the necessary HR documents. Once you receive them, please fill them out, sign them, and return to us. I will also be here to guide you step by step on how to secure your working materials, ensuring you have a clear understanding of the process. Your employment offer letter and W-4 forms will be sent to your email tomorrow morning. Once you receive them, please sign and return them to the company. The standard work shift is from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. However, if the schedule doesn't suit you, you have the option to select your own hours. Please note that once you choose your hours, you will need to remain with that schedule for 5 months before you can make changes. Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense, and I'll want to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. as I am comfortable with that schedule. Okay. So when I get the emails, documents, I will promptly fill them out and return them signed. Okay, so she still hasn't mentioned the check, but I'm pretty sure she's going to. All right, folks, I think we're done for now. This scammer is going to email me tomorrow a W-4 form and probably an I-9 form. It's all part of their social engineering. I have to work tomorrow, so I'll be chatting with her. And then I use an online PDF. She said, sounds good. So we're done with Abigail. That's 3 scammers we dealt with today. Only 2 of them offered the check. No, I'm just going to let it play out, Gloria. I've seen them do that where they say, wait for the emails, and then they then reveal that they're going to send a check. Sometimes they email the check to you. Sometimes it comes as a scanned PDF. I've had that happen numerous times. They don't always send it via FedEx. But the first 2 scammers are going to send them to me through FedEx. So with that said, we had a pretty good scam bait. This one lasted 2 hours, a 2-hour scam bait. We just hit the 2-hour mark. So not bad for not scam baiting for a couple of months. I've been scam baiting, just not over live stream. So this is just an example of what I've been doing, but been doing largely on my own time. I tell you this much though, when I was trying to get a job, I kept getting these, and it was making me very, very irritated. But now that I have a job, it's a walk in the park. It's just part of what I like to do as a favor to humanity. Now, when I wire this money, I don't know if the destination banks are Hawala banks. I'm pretty sure they're not, but they might be. They might be Hawala banks, but they're more likely to be money mules. So I report them to the authorities either way. It makes no difference to me. All right, folks, I think we're done for now. I'm going to go ahead and end the show. I don't think I can raid. Let me see if I can raid somebody on Twitch. Let me look to see who's on right now. Oh, it's Laz is on. Yeah, I might raid Oh, it's Laz. Let me see if I can do that. Where are you? Oh, it's Laz. There he is right there. He's just having a fun and food stream. So I'm raiding. He's going to raid in 10 seconds on Twitch. You'll be connected to Oh, it's Laz. And you guys have a wonderful day. I'll
Info.
My info's already
I'll
off.
see you guys maybe later today. I might play some more Dying Light when I get back from my.
Turn away.
I'm gonna be going on a. I have an errand I have to run this afternoon. I might play Dying Light this evening, so you might see me do a gaming stream later. Take care, everybody. I'm glad you enjoyed this return to scam baiting. Hopefully, in the coming months, I'll be back to doing it en masse. I get Tuesdays and Wednesdays off, and it would be nice to spend those days scam baiting live. So I'm going to do my best to get the equipment needed so I can begin doing that as soon as I can.